Well, there have been two main approaches to the pandemic in the first place, and we'll talk more about those in depth next week. But the first approach was to mimic. So everything that was done in a church before the pandemic was then done as an online version, either as a pre-recorded video or as a video conference call. Home groups, coffee mornings, children and youth groups, all of those continued to run in some online version that mimicked the previous version. So many churches have taken this mimic approach, and there's nothing essentially wrong with that. There are many reasons why a church might think it best to have taken that approach. The approach we have taken wasn't with any deliberate strategy or intent. There wasn't enough warning for any of that. At best, our response was out of instinct. But our approach was to reinvent. We've all but closed down everything we were doing beforehand. We've gone to what was essential, running one service and a Zoom prayer meeting. And then as time has gone on, we've added different additional things. We've reinvented and made new groups and things as time has gone on. So, for example, our prayer clusters and our Sunday evening courses. Now, for churches like ours that have taken a reinventing approach, I don't think, again, that there's anything essentially wrong with that approach. And there are many reasons why a church might think it best that they took that approach. But what happens with these two different approaches when the pandemic is over? For a church doing the mimic approach, you're probably going to try and carry everything on. Go from being online to being in person again. Do things exactly as they were done before. However, it might not work. Putting everything online might make it look like all of those things are carrying on as normal, but they may have lost their traction in the crisis. They may be facades with no remaining substance behind them. So for churches doing the reinventing approach, because everything has closed down, well, they've got to try and rebuild. And what they rebuild may end up looking very similar to what was there before, or it may look completely different. But because you're starting from nothing except a memory of how everything used to be, it all needs rebuilding.